Alt and delete. Then you'll be brought to this screen. Then choose Task Manager, and in your Task Manager you have CPU use, GPU use, and memory use. So CPU is a computer processor that pretty much calculates everything. GPU is graphics processor, so that's what makes you play video games, and the more powerful you have, the better. So how that is important. You see, Bitcoin is being mined by making calculations. In order to making calculations, processing efforts need to take place. So two parts in your computer case or in your laptop can be used. So that's either a processor, the CPU, or GPU. So there are different programs that would mine Bitcoin differently. Some of these programs would mine Bitcoin based on GPU. So if you have powerful GPU, then you would certainly make more Bitcoin than mining it on a weak CPU. Some of the programs will mine solely on CPU. There could be programs that mine on both, so both of these would be high up. So what do you do if you kind of suspect that you got infected? You go to this screen, you turn off all the programs. So everything that's out there, you turn it off. All these kind of video game update agents, everything you don't need, browsers, and you look at the percentages here. If you see that these percentages are high for no reason, no apparent reason, I need to close this. Look at that, it's not letting me close this. Okay, fine. Done. I've in the bank. So what's happening next? Let's short this. It looks like this is gonna be an interesting one. Now you look at this, and if you see percentages here rising up, and you know that you have a really good computer. I'm not talking about like those old computers that need like 15% of CPU and like 20% of GPU or whatever to just run Windows themselves. I'm talking about a normal today's 2018 computer that wouldn't take more than a few percentage to run, right? You have to know, and if you're looking at this, you should just do that right now and write it down or try to remember your numbers. So you, for example, will see something like just for a recently restarted or newly turned on computer without any programs out there turned on, just a clean computer, you have like 3% CPS usage or 1% CPS usage and like 3 or 2% GPU usage, a few percent memory usage, and that's it. You write this down, and then you kind of consistently, once out every like 3 months or 6 months, you take a look, and if you see something like that right there, and you see, oh wait, right, the last time like 4 months ago I checked this, there was 3% here, 3% here, a few percent here, and now it's 15, it's 32, it's 24. That's certainly an indication that there's a program running on your computer that you don't know about, and it's eating up your GPU and CPU usage. So that's making your computer slower, and this is how Bitcoin works. Bitcoin mining software works. It's a simple program that's somewhere hidden in your computer, and it consistently is on while your computer is on, and it mines cryptocurrency. And if you won't take a look at your current CPU GPU usage, and you won't know what's that on the regime when your PC is in normal working state, you will never really kind of know, right? Because the hackers, they know that if they're going to crank it up, you'll start to feel stuttering, lag, and you'll know that something is wrong with your computer. You'll probably are going to simply take the computer to a computer repair shop, or just simply use Google and find out how, type in something like how to reinstall Windows, and there's just a few clicks, and in less than an hour or less than 2 hours you'll have a new version of Windows, and you'll then just need antivirus. In any case, the antivirus is already in Windows, you can use it, and you don't really need to do anything. Then you just download the programs that you need, wait for Windows updates to take place, which can obviously take a long time, but it's worth it if you don't want to make money for somebody you don't know and who has illegally kind of using your computing power to make money. And that's it. So what do you do when you kind of spot something like that, when it shouldn't be like that? So I'm talking, if you know that there had to be 3%, 3%, 3% on a powerful good computer in 2018, and you suddenly downloaded all kinds of stuff from the internet, and you ended up with like 16, 32, 23 on your processing GPU memory units just out of the blue, so to speak, then you have to reinstall your Windows, because finding and deleting that program that the hacker, let's call it the hacker or the thief, has somehow fooled you to install into your computer is going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard to find that program for somebody who doesn't know where to look. So that's the thing, and reinstalling Windows every now and then is always good for various reasons. Obviously, there could be a lot of trash, a lot of programs that you already don't even know you have them installed, and so on and so forth, that you don't need. Besides, always when you reinstall the Windows, all kinds of trial versions start to pop up again, and the computer starts to act as if it's new, so you may try to go back to your old antivirus system that you used to have but decided not to renew, and so on and so forth. So there are good things about it. Besides, it will certainly improve your performance. It looks like at this point right here, Bitcoin has been stable enough. And let's take a look what's happening next. I'm going to short this now, and let's go on the headlines now. It looks like I've got a new headline. Vending Tree uses blockchain to restore choice to the travel industry. Now that's interesting. Let's take a look how Bitcoin is being used or implemented in today's industries. So you can stop it and read it. Now let's go further south. Two-month low, Bitcoin price drops below 9,000. Newly detected malware uses NSA. European utility giant says no to crypto mining. EU opens world's most comprehensive blockchain observatory. We looked at that. Cash carrying Japan crazy for crypto. Illinois eyes blockchain for IDs and public asset management. When crypto exchanges hold more than your money. Regulators want cryptocurrency exchanges to know who their customers are, but that requires these companies to collect very sensitive information. Obviously, regulators want this information so that everybody would pay their taxes. Creators of Bitcoin futures defend practices against regulation. How financial instruments help to avoid big crypto tax bills. Expert take. Properly designed loans, swaps and forward contracts offer a way to lock in profits now and defer tax until later. Factor FUD, FUD. Pressure drives crypto markets down almost 20%. A new bad day for investors as Bitcoin leads alternative coins down almost 1/5 following FUD in mainstream headlines. Bitcoin sinks below 10,000 on 133 billion general loss. So as you can see, this value, as much as it was incredible, doesn't really mean much if you can lose 133 billion in value in just 1 month. Gaming industry to benefit from future blockchain developments. Startup to give beauty industry a blockchain facelift. China's Cheetah Mobile launches cryptocurrency wallet. Chinese mobile app company Cheetah Mobile has released an Android-based digital wallet for Ethereum and Bitcoin. Alternative right ICO Gab to sell 10 million in tokens. These ICOs are a little bit dangerous. What they do is they pretty much say that we are going to create a new cryptocurrency, and believe it or not, this new cryptocurrency that we are creating will be worth as much or nearly as much as the biggest and most valuable cryptocurrencies out there. So be quick and invest hundreds of millions, hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars into this new currency that has the same or very kind of familiar features to other cryptocurrencies. But don't be mistaken, we're here, we'll make sure that it's run properly. So buy it now. But in reality, we can just simply go here, right here, and consider that each and every of these or majority of these, or just part of these, if you know them all, are as good as any ICO out there, right? So they're all different somehow, or very much related to each other somehow, but there's no point in thinking that just another cryptocurrency out there, just because it was on the news, is going to be a bigger deal than like the top couple of hundred cryptocurrencies that are out there too. So how would I see an ICO as a big deal? Obviously, I would see it as a big deal if, for example, a nation says that we are creating a cryptocurrency and we are going to back that cryptocurrency, we're going to make a transparent cryptocurrency, and make no mistake, it's going to be much more usable, valuable, and better than Bitcoin ever was, right? This is like an OCO that I would think to be a good deal. However, I'm not rejecting that idea that these kind of ICOs could be profitable, right? Certainly, they may sell $10 million worth in tokens. However, I'm not going to be wrong by saying that this can as well move to $100 million in the next 5 years, for example. I just want to say that they don't really are different than hundreds or thousands of cryptocurrencies that are already out there, and they just look to me as a sort of dump your money scheme now. We're going to create something that's already out there, plenty, and we're going to just kind of try to fool you into buying something that's currently worthless with an idea that it's going to be worth a lot more, just because something like that already happens and everybody knows that something that was worth nothing is worth more than anybody could even imagine. Cambridge Blockchain IHS Market Inc. KYC Partnership. Cambridge Blockchain has partnered with IHS Markit to help financial institutions resolve compliance issues relating to know your customer information. Don't see how that... Okay, I see. It's just because it's like a blockchain thing. It's on the headlines. Okay, India. Bitcoin prices drop as media misinterprets government's regulation speak. So this is the kind of thing we get when we try to find out what happened to Bitcoin. So pretty much this is very streamlined actually, and they want you to believe that Bitcoin is falling down, including other cryptocurrencies most likely, due to the fact that India wants to put regulatory kind of pressure, or just simply control Bitcoin using regulation. Social media and mainstream news is being flooded with unfounded warnings that Bitcoin will be banned in India following the finance minister's regulatory comments this morning. Olympic athlete acquired crypto shark to grow champions in the new blockchain game. Cloud network Xunlei hit by class action over ICO. China-based cloud content delivery network Xunlei has been hit by 2 class action suits over alleged illegal ICO activity. So as you know, in China, Bitcoin ICOs, or let's say cryptocurrency ICOs, are illegal. Square Cash app releases Bitcoin buy sell option to almost all users. Startup to give beauty industry blockchain facelift. Okay. Bitcoin tax payments bill advances in Arizona. Oh wow, look at that. Bitcoin tax payments bill advance. So you can look at it both ways. They want you kind of allow paying Bitcoin, but at the same time they want to track you. You see, you can kind of fool the taxman right away that you don't want to pay taxes, you just want to keep your money in Bitcoin. But at the same time, what they want to do is that they want you to kind of associate your Bitcoin address or addresses with your tax bills, so that they later could come at you and say, we looked at your Bitcoin address, and we noticed that you have 500 Bitcoin in it, and we want to know how did you got it, and we know at the same time that those 500 Bitcoins came from an account that used to hold 2000 Bitcoins. So did you bought 500 Bitcoins yourself, or did you had already 2000 Bitcoins? Because obviously there's no way to tell if those 2000 Bitcoins were yours or the merchants who sold you 500 Bitcoins and sent them to you. Media's role in blockchain and crypto interview with TechCrunch Mike Butcher. South Korea's anonymous cryptocurrency trading exchanges to finally add new users. So it's become a lot more legit in South Korea. Alright, it looks like the market is blobbing up, and it's probably going to blow up for a while. because we saw sharp movements here, made a lot of money, and that's that.